Greetings YouTube. Today I'm in Fuji City. Well, let me give you a little background here. So last Friday, or Friday before last, I came here for work, and when I came here for work I saw a beautiful view of Fuji down the road that way. But, and so I wanted to come back, but the weather on Monday was pretty terrible. And so I knew I wouldn't be able to see it. The weather today I thought would be a little bit better, but it's overcast enough that you can't see jack through the clouds. So unfortunately there's no epic view of the greatest mountain in Japan today. That being said, I'm sorry there was no weekly update last week. I had a little scheduling issue. I only had one day off last week, and I was so exhausted from going to Hamamatsu and Fuji that I crashed on Wednesday. So there was no weekly update last week, but hopefully this week I'll make up for that. I've got some pretty good footage and photos from Hamamatsu. Not so much here from Fuji. There's surprisingly little to see, I think. So moving on, news for this week. So I went to church a couple weeks ago, not this last weekend, but the weekend before, and Matsukita asked me if I would be willing to speak at their sort of young adult service on the 18th of December, and he wants me to give a small sermon and then lead everyone in a hymn, and so I'm excited for that. I'm currently thinking about what I'm going to say, and I think I already know what hymn I'm going to pick to lead. So that's exciting. In other news, also at church, Matsukita put out a notice that there's an American who comes to church every week at the night service, and so I'm looking forward to meeting a whole bunch of new people around my age. At evening services, so that's great. Also, something that I didn't know until I got to work that day, but the 11th of November here in Japan is known as Pocky Day. Now, some of you may know Pocky. They're little, like, graham cracker sticks that are dipped in chocolate or some other kind of flavor of chocolate mix. And I didn't know, and then I got to work, and the Japanese staff told me, "Oh, do you know what day it is?" I said, "Well, it's Friday. It's November 11th. It's a Friday." And she said, "Oh, it's Pocky Day." And she gave me a giant blow-up stick of Pocky, and I'll put it up here in the corner for you to see. It's really quite amazing. The train ride home with it was interesting. Nearly forgot to mention, over the last 2 weeks, I lost my voice, which is really difficult when you speak every day for your job. As you can kind of tell, I still don't have it fully back, but when I was in Hamamatsu, it was absolutely gone. Alright, I'm in Hamamatsu, and my voice sounds like crap right now because of the temperature change, but I don't even know what the city is. This is the third biggest city that I've been to in Japan so far, behind Tokyo and Nagoya, and this place is like, it's crazy. It's quiet, but it's huge. I don't know what's going on. So I'm on the mend now. I still have a little light sinus congestion, but I'm hoping that soon it will all just go away and I won't have to go see a doctor or anything. I still haven't gone and seen a doctor here. I don't like going to the doctor in America. I doubt I'm going to like going to the doctor in Japan. Alright, moving on to questions, comments, and Snyder Remarks, the part of the show where I answer your questions and comments on Facebook and YouTube. Alright, this week we've got a lot of long-winded comments on Facebook. And Roberta says, "I love watching your videos, keep them coming. Heard you got a new bed. How's that going? If you get a care package, what kind of things would you want in it?" Yeah, I did get a new bed. I got a blow-up air mattress, you know, like, it's got, you know, just an electric motor on it, and it blows air into the thing. It's about 7 or 8 inches thick, and it's marvelous. It's the best thing ever, really. Yeah, about a care package, I'm not sure. If you want to send me something in the mail, surprise me. I'll make a video about it. It'll be great. Next, Aunt Julie says, is the train we hear in the background a commuter train? Now you whizzed by in the grocery store so fast, but it looked like they had Coke. Is the weather getting colder, and how cold will winter be? What do the clothing stores look like, and is it quite expensive to buy? I enjoy your video each week. Thanks for taking the time to keep us all informed and connected. Okay, let's go through this one by one. Okay, is the train we hear in the background commuter train? Yes, it is. It's the Shinkansen. It's the fastest train in Japan, and it's what you use usually if you want to get from point A to point B, if A to B is a really long distance. So when I came to Shizuoka, I used the bullet train. It took me about half an hour, or not half an hour, an hour and a half to get from Tokyo to Shizuoka. Next question, is the weather getting colder, and how cold will winter be? Yes, the weather is getting colder. It dropped so quick, the temperature dropped so quick, that's what broke my voice over the last couple weeks. How cold will winter be? They measure everything in Celsius here, and they say it's usually about 4 or 5 degrees. It gets pretty close to freezing, but not really below. In Shizuoka, the weather's really mild and kind of hot, actually. What do the clothing stores look like, and is it quite expensive to buy? Clothing is quite expensive. If you buy new. If you buy used, you know, if you go to a secondhand store, you can get stuff for pretty cheap. There's a used and vintage store in Shizuoka that I went to, and you can get all kinds of stuff, including military surplus clothing that is actually really good for winter. As far as price goes, you can get a used jacket for like maybe 45, 50 bucks. You can get a new jacket for like 100, 150. It really depends on what you're looking for. Alright, Mom says, when you go through places, go slower so we can see some specifics. I'm having fun seeing your world. I wish I could send you a big fat leg of turkey. When you get home, we'll make you one. Are you making more friends, like at church and stuff? How about people in your apartment building? Can you give us an outside shot of your apartment building? I could give you an outside shot of my apartment building, but I don't want to. It's kind of frowned upon to shoot private property in Japan. And as far as making friends at church and in my apartment building, I hardly ever see my neighbors. And they're not really the social type. Making friends at church, that's going swimmingly though. Marcus says, why don't you make an album and upload still shots of Japan to Facebook? That way the ones who can't follow your video can see the specifics in the still photos in your Sawyer-san photo album. Take some photos of your surroundings, your friends in school, your work, the school you work at, your apartment, etc. Videos are great, I watch them every time. Thanks, Marcus. The reason I don't really take a whole bunch of photos and upload to Facebook is that my production time is already gigantic. It takes me about 4 hours every week to put together a video. And I've got a full-time job, and I've got other things to do on my days off. Go to Japanese lessons, go shopping if I need to go get some new groceries. So it's just a lot of time, and I'm already putting a lot of time into these videos. I could upload some photos to Facebook. I've got some saved from when I first arrived and I was exploring Yaizu and Shizuoka. So maybe I'll put those in an album. We'll see. It depends on if I feel like it and if I get around to it. YouTube comments this week. There's actually only one new YouTube comment and one that I forgot to get around to 2 weeks ago. So my grandma Rosie asked me what is the name of the city I live in and what's the proper spelling of it. So I live in Yaizu City. And that's Y-A-I-Z-U. It's spelled in Japanese a little differently. I'll put it up here in the corner. And Kale, my brother, asks, when will you become famous? And the answer is probably never. Alright guys, I think that just about does it for this weekly update. I hope you guys are staying safe and you guys are staying warm back at home. It's warmer here than it is there. I'm kind of missing the cold, brisk breeze. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my videos. If you comment, you get featured in the Sawyer-san's questions, comments, and snide remarks section. And of course, liking and subscribing always shows that you appreciate my videos. Subscribing keeps you updated every week. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.